Hello, Internet! My name's Darkarts, and welcome to 2014's Top 10 Games I Didn't Play, but I really wanted to. We're just Top 10 Games I Didn't Play in 2014. Whatever. This is the list of games that I really wanted to play, didn't get to play, and hopefully will get to play next year. So I have my list. You can't see it, but I have it. Of the 10 games I really want to play. Also, I have a slight honorable mentions / rehash of last year's, because being that it was a top 10 games that I didn't play, I got to play a couple of those games. First off is Contraption Maker. That was a game that was about making Rube Goldberg type machine contraptions to get things done. It was made by the creators of The Incredible Machine, and the game is brilliant. I love the game. It's not in my top 10, top 10, no, that's this, top 5 games of the year. That's tomorrow, by the way, but it was definitely a good puzzle game. It's getting updated frequently with new levels. I think the new update was this week, last week, for you watching this. So yeah, I would recommend it to anyone who loved the Incredible Machine or likes Rube Goldberg stuff. I also discussed Borderlands 2 DLC, being though that Borderlands the pre-sequel is out. I don't think you'll care that much, but I do. So I will. I played the Headhunter missions. Those are the only DLCs I played. And only 2 of them were actually worth playing. The Turkey one, Thanksgiving one, that one was probably the best one of them all. I love that one. That one is hilarious. Get that one. And the second one was the last one, the Revenge of Chromageddon one. There was some good humor, beautiful setting, very bright, very different. I really liked it, and it was quite funny as well. Good premise, too. I won't spoil it for anyone who hasn't played it, so I recommend it. Get it up on sale, because it's probably really cheap right now. A bit of sad news, though. Stonehearth. I keep looking down at my list like I haven't memorized it. Stonehearth. I really wanted to play that game. That was about building a pixelated village, town, making it, defending it, you know. I talked about it more in my last video. If you want to check it out, go to the last video. Why is the left the last video? In the last year's video of the top 10, I talked about it, how I really wanted to play it. It's kind of dropped off the face of the map for me. Not that I don't want to play it, but more or less, I don't know any information about it anymore. It's literally, I literally don't know if it's in development anymore or not. And that's a little sad to me. Hopefully I get information from it next year. Hopefully. But I'm still crossing my fingers, but that one seemingly has disappeared. To wrap up this little honorable mention last year rehash thing, we will talk about Path of Exiles and Hearthstone tomorrow in my top 5 video, because they're on that list. I'm not going to say which ones, which numbers, but I really like those games. Okie dokie, on to the list. We have top 10 games that I want to play, haven't played yet. There are a couple on this list that are rehashes from last year, some of the big names that I really want to play, especially one. Although it's on a lower level for this one, but I'll explain that when I get to it. But let's get started with number 10, Beyond Earth, Civilization Beyond Earth. Recently this year, I picked up Civ 5 and its entire expansion thing for about, I don't know, $20 and stuff, when it was on sale, and it is really fun. I mostly do the single player. I have a friend that does multiplayer, but he's in a game at the moment, I think, and he said the next game he's playing, he'll invite me in. So hopefully I do that. But other than that, I actually really enjoy Civ 5, surprisingly so. Beyond Earth, however, caught my eye because I enjoyed Civ 5 so much, I wanted to see if that was going to be any good, and I wanted to see if I would be able to play it. And I looked around, and it actually has an interesting progression system, some new ideas in it, and it seems fairly interesting. But the only problem is that, there's probably going to be a lot of DLCs added to it. I don't want to pay like $50 for the game, and then another $20, $25 for all those DLCs. So I'm probably going to wait until it's fully out by, I don't know, the end of next year, beginning of the year after, 2016. Also, people say it's not that fun, which usually that's what Civ games start off with, at least the newer ones. Civ 5 didn't start off to be quite good until all the DLCs were added to it, and then now everyone loves Civ 5. So I'm also waiting until that happens for Beyond Earth. But as that stands right now, that is my number 10 slot for the list. Number 9 is Hyrule Warriors. Unfortunately, I do not own a Wii U, and probably never going to play this game, which is sad, because I am a huge Legend of Zelda? Yeah, oh fuck. I was going to say Legend of Link, and my brain shut off for a second. Yes, Legend of Zelda fan. I love the series, I love the game. My favorite one is, controversially to maybe some of you, Twilight Princess. It's just much more resonates with me, with the darker tones, a lot cooler artwork. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are great games. I've played them. I just enjoy Twilight Princess a lot more. I've played it probably 5 or 6 times in my entire life, and I love the game. Unfortunately, I don't have a Wii U, like I said, and I can't play Hyrule Warriors. But what I've seen, I have enjoyed, and it looks like it should be so much fun. And it's sad that I can't play it. Maybe if I get more disposable income, I'll be able to get a Wii U, because that system seems to be really ramping up in the past couple months. And also another game on my list is for the Wii U. So yeah, more on that in a bit. From last year's number 1 spot to this year's number 8 spot goes Monster Hunter Online, the free-to-play version, yada yada. I have talked about how I love Monster Hunter. So much so, bring it to the West. You will make millions on this franchise. Okay, maybe not millions, but hundreds of thousands of dollars. You'll get your revenues back and your costs and all those translation costs and stuff. You'll get your money back. But this is at number 8, not because I don't want to play it. It still would be at number 1 on this list if I didn't have a different number 1 on this list this year. I just wanted to put it on the list. Honestly, and number 8 slot was the only spot available. That's the simplest reason. This thing, still, number 1 spot. Still in the number 1 spot. But it's number 8 because I just wanted to fill the list. What was the number? 7! Number 7 on the list is technically a little bit cheating for me. I bought the game. Got something in my eye. It's my payback retribution for cheating a tiny bit. Now that I've gotten the sleep dust out of my eyes, let's talk about number 7 and how I cheated this thing on the list. To be fair, I've only played about maybe 10 or 20 minutes of the game. Just wanted to see how it played out, because I really actually want to do this for a Let's Play channel thing. Because it's going to be coming out in February. I should probably tell you the name. It's called Sunless Sea. This is an interesting little title. For me, it reminds me of a darker FTL/roguelike other game thing. It's got this Lovecraftian feel to it, and I love those mind-breakingly creepy things. I mean, cannibalism, for fuck's sake, is an interesting topic for me. But Sunless... Actually, no, speaking of cannibalism, there is cannibalism in the game, so it automatically gets a, hey, this sounds interesting, note of approval for me. I have problems, as you can tell. But Sunless Sea jumped out at me, interestingly enough. It's kind of a Victorian London over post-apocalyptic-esque thing with Lovecraftian themes, and it's very story-driven, unlike what FTL was, which is make decisions, you keep your ship alive kind of thing. It kind of switches and reverses it, whereas the story is the most important part, and the crew and keeping your ship alive is kind of the secondary objective. Although you can create your own captain and make your story your own, it looks brilliant. And I played a little bit of it. It's still kind of in early access, but February it's supposed to come out for full release. And I think I might want to do that for a Let's Play, because from what the story entails, I think it's definitely going to be a very RP-esque thing for me, and you will probably enjoy it too. But more on that when it comes out, and if I have the room for it, because I definitely have a lot of things planned for next year. But more on that in 2 days. Yeah, 2 days, because tomorrow is the top 5, and the day after is the end here vlog. Keep an eye for that. That one's going to have a lot of announcements. Now, on 6. Short-term memory. Fuck. On the number 6 slot is Bayonetta 2. Yes, it's another Wii U title. As I said, I would have another one on here. The action spectacle fighter, right? Yeah, from Platinum is an interesting one, to say the least. I got really hyped from this game because of another YouTuber, Two Best Friends, or the Zaibatsu Collective people thing. Those guys, whatever. They hyped Bayonetta up so much because they loved the Bayonetta 1. And Bayonetta 2, I got the hype fever. It's such a beautiful game. The subtleties and huge fucking things, huge fucking battles, just look so incredible. And I really want to play it, but I'm probably never going to play it unless it comes to PC, which it may never do. Although, to be fair, Metal Gear Revengeance came to PC, and it was a PlayStation 3 exclusive for a time being. Of course, this is a Wii U exclusive, and we all know Nintendo doesn't put anything on the PC. Which is why Monster Hunter will never become on the PC. Number 5 is another one that I talked about last year. It's called Hellraid. It's supposed to come out in around this time, but it has not. So it then said it was coming around next year, early 2015. This game is just full of delays. It said it was going to come in early access this year, around maybe this time of Christmas. No. This is why it's down to my number 5 slot, actually. I think it was, like, higher last year. I really want to play the game, but I'm just starting to get a little worried now, because it's being delayed and delayed and delayed. I don't know if the delays are for being bug fixes or stuff, or it's not ready, or they're just like, fuck, this is shit, we can't put this out yet. I'm worried. I'm still gonna play it. Still gonna play it. Just might not be as excited or as thrilled when it comes out. We're getting on the number 4 slot, and this one's actually going to be starting up next month. More on that, though, on my year-end vlog in a couple days. This War of Mine is at the number 4 slot because it is so real, and it's so, I don't want to say evil, but it's messed up. And I love those kinds of games. I saw that this is a game that I want to play for the channel as a Can I Play Permadeath thing. Fits perfectly with me because it's so dark and gritty and real, but I'm going to have a very hard time making fun of things during it, and that's why I want to play it. I want to bring out the comedy in it, and I know all of you are going to be like, fuck you, you're an evil prick, and I am, but I just want to see how it turns out. I'm hopefully doing it next month as a video series, but more on that again in my year-end vlog. Number 3 is a story that I have to tell someday. It's a story about how I went to PAX this year, that I almost didn't go to PAX this year because I thought I was going to PAX this year. It's a very interesting story. Made for TV movie kind of story. And that's not something you can say every day. I was going to vlog it on my Tumblr, but then my computer died. Or, not my computer died, the power went out. And that's when I stopped using Tumblr, because I was like, fuck it. But more on that again in the year-end vlog thing. A lot of stuff's gonna be talked about there. But anyway, go back to the game. I don't think I said the title of it. It's called Subnautica. Subnautica? It has a weird title. It's a little hard to pronounce. Subnautica. I saw this at PAX 2014 East. Make that specific, because I'm not traveling to California for a PAX. That's way too much money for me at the moment. Subnautica is I'm not going to say roguelike, but it is a marine biology simulator / fantasy game. Now, as a kid, I mean really young kid, 7, 6 years of age, I wanted to be a marine biologist. Yes, and now I'm doing this. My life, people, my life. Marine biology was something very interesting to me, and then I stopped doing that because depression and whatnot. I was depressed in an early age, but let's not get onto that. Subnautica probably is going to be a big Let's Play on my channel when it fully comes out, and that's actually coming out fairly soon. It just hit early access a couple days ago, last week for you guys, because you're watching this, and I really want to play it. The promise of being a scientist in an unexplored alien planet. The idea that you can cultivate and save endangered species, or just wipe them out completely. There are Leviathan creatures that you can get killed by. And the world looks beautiful. If you've seen screenshots of the game, or have you seen concept art, the game is beautiful. And I want to play it. So much so, I'm burping. And I want to play this game so badly. But I'm waiting until it's out of early access because I want all the features in it. Because I don't want to miss any single fish, and hopefully they don't die off because I accidentally peed in the water. Because you're not supposed to pee in the pool! Even though the myth says it turns your pee blue and stuff. But now this is the ocean. Of course, there are those, like, dick fish that swim up your urethra. You know what? Let's not get into this topic. Let's not get into this topic. Number 2 is something I'm excited about. Coming up from, I think, a number 5 slot from last year, because it is GTA 5. I put it on, like, kind of funnily enough. But GTA 5 has now moved to my number 2 spot. I talked about this last year on how I'm very surprised at how much I want to play the game. Now that there's first person in it, it's gone up a bit more, and the fact that it's coming to PC next month. End of next month, so February might have some specialness to it. I don't know. Again, year-end vlog that I will talk about 2 days from now. About an hour, actually, that I'm recording it. But, GTA 5 has definitely, like, risen from what it was to what it is now. The idea of exploring a vast island, taking drugs and becoming animals. That sounds fun. Just mowing down people that honestly cut you off in traffic. You don't need much of an explanation to shoot people in the game. And I am really looking forward to it. Hopefully I can get it working on my computer, because it's such a beautiful high-res game. Hopefully I don't need to downgrade it too much. And hopefully I get to play it. All the first-person hookers. Oh, this is still recording. Fuck. And now, for the number 1 spot. Drum roll, please. I would, but then I'd hurt my fingers like I did last year. The number 1 spot for me on the top 10 games I have yet to play. in 2014 because they are either non-existent at the moment going into 2015, or, or I don't have the hardware to use it for, or I haven't bought it yet. The number one spot the number one spot for my game that I want to play is Bloodborne. Yes, Dark Souls 2 definitely has had a resonance with me, and I think Bloodborne is going to be even better. Not because Dark Souls 2 is a bad game. It's a really fun fucking game, and it's also in my top 5 list. More on that tomorrow for you. Don't go high notes, John. Not since choir. Anyway, Bloodborne is in a better setting for me. And it's also much more fast-paced. If you're watching my Dark Souls series, which I hope you are, you should. It's funny, and I cut it together so you don't see all the boring all the boring trekbacks from the deaths. I edit it for your pleasure, not mine. If I had a choice, I'd still be doing this, because it's much more funner. That's not a word. But anyway, Bloodborne. As you know, I play a dexterity person. I do dodging. Lots of dodging. No shields. No sword and board for me. And Bloodborne is definitely more of that. I mean, you have a very fast dash. It is so much fast-paced. You have a gun, for fuck's sake. I think that is going to be definitely a really big contender for my next year's top 5 list. But we'll still see when it comes out, and hopefully once Dark Souls 2 is done on my channel, which I have no idea when it's going to be done because it's a long fucking game, hopefully I get to start Bloodborne up when that starts up, and that will be fun. I am really looking forward to it. Just the quickness, the style of a gothic dead city. It looks so much fun. And I'm really looking forward to it. So, that is my number 1 pick for my top 10 list this year. Yay. Now, for all of you, let's rehash on the list. At the number 10 slot is Beyond Earth. Looking forward to seeing if the DLCs make it better. Number 9, Hyrule Warriors. Can't play it because I don't got a Wii U. Hopefully, with enough spendable income, I probably still won't get it. I'd probably update my computer, more or less. Number 8 spot. Number 8 spot is Monster Hunter Online. Again, it would be my top 1, but I have to fill a spot in this top 8, so it's at number 8. Number 7 is Sunless Sea. More information about that, and if I'm going to be playing it, when I'm going to be playing it next year, keep an eye out for that. Number 6 is Bayonetta 2. Sexy girl. Again, no Wii U, but hopefully I get to play it on PC. I also want to play Bayonetta 1. Comes in a box set if I get a Bayonetta 2. We'll see what happens. Number 5, Hellraid. A little disappointed on the thing being delayed and a lot of promises that aren't being kept. So it moved to number 5, but I'm still looking forward to the game. Number 4 is This War of Mine. More on that later, because that is going to be... Oh, that one's going to be either a train wreck or a beautiful, beautiful dark comedy bit. I am looking forward to that. Number 3 is Subnautica. I really gotta tell you that pack story someday. And Subnautica is looking to be a game on my channel sooner or later. Number 4. Number 2 is number 5, GTA 5. Again, looks fucking beautiful, and I just want to play it. So, yay. And the number 1 slot is Bloodborne. I'm looking forward to that little I was going to say explosive extravaganza. I just had the X and air exploded out and let go of my mouth. Steam Valve. That's the top 10 games I didn't play, but I really wanted to, of 2014. Please tell me what your games you wanted to play that you didn't get to play this year, or haven't gotten a chance to buy, or haven't been made yet, and are coming in next year, or all that stuff. Do you think my list is right or wrong? I don't know, because this is my opinion, so fuck off. And hopefully you have a good rest of the holiday and up to New Year. So, yeah. To the top 5 video tomorrow. Don't know what that looked like because I have my screen off so there's no glare. But hopefully it doesn't look like shit.